Well, good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mahr's Product of the Month, the SM60 Length Measuring System webinar. I'm George Schutz, Director of Precision Gauges at Mahr Incorporated. We're going to talk a little bit about this exciting product during this webinar. If at any time you have any questions, you can use the chat box to send a message. It will be recorded, and I will respond to your questions at after the seminar is over, and once you get a response to the webinar. We have an agenda for today. We're going to learn about the SM60 length measuring system. We're going to talk about what it is, its features, some of its technical data, accessories that are available for the SM60, its applications, why you might need it, and we'll see how it's been promoted in Mahr Lights and Mahr's Product of the Month. So what is the SM60? The Precimar SM60 is a shop floor machine with a measuring range of 60 millimeters. It doesn't sound too good to call it SM 2.36, but 60 millimeters is a nice round number, and it signifies that we have a lot of measuring range for this benchtop system. So it's a small length measuring system for fast and precise external measurements. It's a new product. It was introduced towards the end of last year, so it's new for us, but it's an exciting product that we want to bring to your attention. What are some of the features of the SM60? Well, with any precision length measuring system, you need to have something that's robust, stable, and really made to measure down to parts of micro inches. And that's what the Precimar SM60 is. It's a robust construction that's really made to measure to very tight tolerances. What's nice about it is that it's easy to set up. So you can see it has simple handles on it here to control the reference spindle and to retract the sensitive spindle, so you can adjust it to a lot of different sizes. It quickly adapts to new work pieces. There's handles for retraction of the sensitive contact on both sides, and you can even change around the locking mechanism for the adjustable table to make this a left or right-handed device. The adjustable reference table, shown here, acts as a reference stop, just like a stop might be on a snap gauge, for example, that securely holds the part into place between the anvils to provide more repeatability of the part measurement. We've designed the SM60 to be virtually universal for the type of measuring device readout that you want to have. So for example, you can use dial indicators or digital dial indicators, measuring probes, etc. All depends on the system performance that you may require. One of the nice things about the product is that it has over travel protection, which helps prevent damage to the measuring device. And that's incorporated into the retraction of the anvil. So if you're using a short range probe, for example, with limited range, as you pull the sensitive contact back, you'll feel that it hits the end of travel of the probe, but the handle can keep on going, so you can't force or put too much pressure on the sensitive contact. The measuring equipment is also protected by an integrated coupling. So right over here is a hex screw which holds the indicator in place. But it's really not a set screw. There's a coupling in there that provides uniform force to hold, or uniform clamping force to hold the indicator without crushing any bushings that might be in that indicator. And we have a a wide range of different measuring attachments that allow us to do different types of length measuring functions. Just a little bit of the nits and bits here about the technical data. We said we have a measuring range of 60 millimeters or 2.36 inches, but really the distance of the movable anvil or the sensitive anvil is 25 millimeters or 1 inch. So you can put a 1 inch indicator in the product and have a direct reading measuring instrument. Or if you want, you can use a short range high precision probe and have a short range comparative system. 6 millimeter diameter on the contact faces. We have some reference flatness specs and parallelism specs, which are in line with precision length measuring systems. We have a support table, and the mount for the indicator or the probe is 8 millimeters. Just want to point out a few of the important things about the construction. I mentioned that the robust cast base to the system, and when you pick it up, you'll feel how robust and heavy it feels. So we have our reference contact here, which is clamped in place by a little handle. There's an adjustable reference table which can go up and down to make sure that your part is centered within the anvils. And then we have our sensitive contact, which is retracted by handles, one on each side. So that, like I mentioned before, that handle is an over travel protection so that you can't damage the indicating device by pulling it too far back. And this is again, the socket back here is for coiling the clamp. So you can see it has all the features that would be important to a robust measuring instrument. But also incorporates some rubber feet to reduce vibration from outside sources. As I mentioned, there's lots of display choices, and this is, I think this is an important feature that you can pay only for the indicating device that you need. And we offer a full range of different types of indicating devices. Of course, we have our digital indicators that have integrated wireless capability. If you're looking to collect data, you can transfer the data to your PC and record all your part measurements. We have digital indicators with analog displays on them. And we have a new digital indicator with high resolution that's really starting to get close to the performance of some very high linear scales. And of course, we have our Mahr amplifier systems, our very popular C1200 and probe, the P2004 probe, and together this can give you some very, very high resolution. You can see that here's a list of the same type of indicators, and I've kind of put some colors on here just to signify a little bit of a difference. The blue ones are all our standard digital indicators, and these can be purchased in a ½ inch or 1 inch or 12.5 and 25 millimeter versions. And these can get down to basically 20 millionths of an inch. They're selectable resolutions, so you can dial in the resolution that best matches the tolerance that you're trying to measure to. So these are some great measuring options. So a little bit better, the yellow ones here are our high resolution digital indicators, either the 1086 or 1087. These go down to a 10 millionth resolution. So now you can have 1 inch of travel with 10 millionths resolution from a digital indicator. So now we're really getting the performance out of the SM60. And really the best way, the best performance is to use a short range, high resolution amplifier like the Mahr C1200 and its probe, and now we can get down to a 5 millionth resolution. So lots of options. I like to say the great, the better, and the best. And here's some examples of those. Here's a 12.5 millimeter indicator, half-inch range. And what we do is we put a little bit of a contact extension on this. So as we put this in, we ensure that we're within the center of the anvil's measuring setup capabilities. So all you need to do is take that indicator, put it into position, bring the anvils together, lock it into place, and set it to 0. Now we have a half-inch direct reading indicator system, measuring system. You can put up to a half-inch pins, any diameter that you want, and with our standard digital indicator, resolve down to 20 millionths. We can move up a little bit here to the better, which is our high-resolution digital indicators. Same type of concept. Now I'm using a 1087 high-res 1-inch travel digital indicator. I can place that directly into the SM60, lock it into place, bring the contacts together, set it to 0, and now I have a direct reading from 0 to 1-inch capability with a 10 millionth resolution. So now we're case we're going to use this as a comparative measuring system. So what you can see here, you can see that I have a master disc in place. We're going to put the probe in place, bring that to electronic 0, lock it into place, zero out the amplifier, and now we can put our parts in there and make comparative readings to our master to 5 millionths of an inch resolution. So from great to better to best, we have lots of options to make this a high performance length measuring machine. There are some attachments and accessories that you can purchase for the SM60. We have different contact sets available. These are the same contact sets that are used on our precision length systems, our ULMs and so forth that are used in a lab. But these come with radius ball contacts, flat edge contacts. We can put threaded contacts in there, or we have different size cylinders with planes on them for different types of adapters. And here's an example of some of those. Here's our standard anvils measuring a battery, for example. This would be a direct reading. We can put our radius ball contacts on there and measure a rectangular part or a length type of measurement. We have the plane surface one, which is really some rails, which can be used for line contact on cylinders. Applications include measuring just ODs of standard machine parts. With the tips on there, we can get close to faces if that's required. We have our length, thickness measuring capabilities. You can start getting into the world of doing some pin gauge calibration, or this is a great machine to put right at the point of right next to a centerless grinder or a hard turn machine where we're really producing some precision parts and the operator wants a quick and fast way to measure and classify those parts. There are options for getting wire thread sets. You can start measuring threads with the SM60, or by using the ball tips, you can start thinking about measuring some pitch diameters over gears and so forth. So lots of different applications, and because of its large measuring range, we give you the capability of doing lots of measurements right at the point of manufacture, and it's easy to use by the operator. So why is the SM60 the right choice for your length measuring needs? Well, it was designed to be used at the point of manufacture. Like I mentioned, it's great to put right by that grinding machine or right where there are some precision parts being manufactured and you need a fast, universal way to make some high precision measurements. Because it's so easy for the operator to use, there's no special training or skills required. It's a simple gauge to make measurements. Compared to some other systems, I think it's a little faster and easier to use and probably more accurate than a digital micrometer. A digital micrometer, you have to rotate the spindle to get the various sizes and bring it back in and worry about the contact force. The SM60 easily tracks, provides the same contact force all the time. It's more universal than a dedicated snap gauge. It has long measuring range, it's faster to set up, and you'll get better performance. It's universal. It can do a lot of different measuring tasks, whether it's IDs, lengths, measuring in groove diameters and grooves and so forth. There's a lot of measuring applications the SM60 is good for. And it's, like I said, it's very easy to change from one measuring task to another. You use the adjustment to set the reference contact, get your part to the right height, bring your measuring anvil in contact with the part, set 0, and you're ready to go. You can use the SM60 as an instrument to measure basic class setting standards like wires and pins and so forth. With the 5 millionth resolution, we're in that neighborhood where we can start measuring those types of products. You get everything certified, you have a system capable of doing that. The same machine can be used at different levels of performance depending on the display chosen. So you can have an amplifier on one measuring system for a very high precision application, or you can put a digital indicator on another application somewhere else in the factory, but the operator can still walk up, is familiar with that machine, and is ready to go making measurements. And I think it offers high value based on its price point and capabilities. Now, if you go to Mahr Tube on the YouTube site, you can see a video of it in use. And we're going to see if we can look at this now. So this is our Precimar SM60. You can see it's easy to retract the spindle, put the part in place. Pretty simple design, rugged, stable construction, adjust fast to new work pieces, selectable displays, carbide measuring surfaces, integrated coupling. Here's that over travel protection. You can see we hit a stop, but you can still move the handle and you're not applying force on the indicator. Here's a simple example. We're going to measure the width of a battery, set 0, put the part in place, and you have your measurement. So with diameter, with the flat anvils and the reference surface, you have 3-point measuring system, good repeatability, high precision. Here's our knife edge contacts. Now we can measure wires and pins or grooves with the knife edge contact. Here's our example with the comparative measuring system using the C1200 amplifier, high resolution, excellent repeatability. Well, this really is a length measuring system designed for production, and it's easy and precise to use. The Precimar SM60 is featured as our product of the month, but it's also in our Mahr Lights promotional advertisement that we're doing at the end of this year. You can see the value price that we're offering, the $2,264, and then we have the choices of different types of digital indicators or amplifiers available to put together the complete system for your length measuring needs. If you order the SM60 during the month of October, you'll get a free Mahr mug, something that's highly cherished in the metrology industry. So in summary, we've discussed what the SM60 is, its features, its accessories and applications, why it's the choice to be used at the point of manufacture. It's in Mahr Lights, and it is our product of the month, and it's a great value. So thank you for your attention. Remember, if you had any questions, feel free to put them into the webinar chat here, or you can email me directly or give me a phone call. Thank you for your attendance, and have a great rest of the day.